Yo! It's your boy Carceno here from One Crack News. Let's get it in. Boom. Here come the boom. Here come the boom. 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 Yes, sir. Don't forget to donate to the Cash App Carceno. And let's get to it. Oh, people. They've done you wrong. And we're going to cover that. Let's go. Now, I say that to say this. They've gotten you into a position where things sometimes just don't make the correct sense or the proper sense that it should. And you might be saying, well, what do you mean? Kind of moves like this. A lot of people, men, like to make decisions on women's bodies. And I wouldn't want a woman to make she can make some suggestions and say, you need to go to the gym or, stuff like that. Or go get that checked out. You shouldn't do this. Or your arms is this, if something's going to be that. But I am not one to tell a woman, about, like, if she's out with me, I feel I have a right to say something about if an outfit she's wearing, I don't think is appropriate. Uh, if I'm wearing some, a woman would tell a man to change clothes in a minute, but you rarely see it the other way around. I'm serious. You rarely see it the other way around. Now you might say, well, what the hell are you even talking about, man? Well, let me show you. Because people don't realize something. A woman's body is their own celebration. They wear their clothes. And some women are very insecure about their bodies, period. So when they wear clothes like that, that's fine to me. I mean, I can see it's fitting, it's covering, the bare essentials. And it's just they can't help if they're busty. They can't help if they're big boned. Some of them just big, they naturally thick. And they want to celebrate that. That's cool. But there are fitting clothing that you can wear to where it don't make you reek of desperation. To some people, it gives other guys the wrong signals that this is okay. Let me buy you a drink. It looks thirsty in the terms that they would use in today's language. Now, to me, like I said, I have no problem with that. What she's wearing right there. That seems fine by me. You know, you see a woman like this, right? That seems like I would think she's going to the gym or something, but it covers the bare essentials. You don't see any, problem with somebody, you know, probably wearing that. That's fine. Like I said, a woman can cover herself and still look sexy. They can show a little bit of cleavage and be fine. It's just that when you go the extra mile to like almost like basically put them in somebody's face or you lie, you lash out for attention to try to get it for whatever the purpose may be, and go the extra mile when it's like completely unnecessary, that's where people normally have a problem with. Like right here, you have Selma Hayek can't help, she's Selma Hayek, but she's not wearing something that I would say is inappropriate. It covers the bare essentials. Now, this lady here, like I said again, um, it's covering the bare utensils. She can't help that she's busty, but you're going to the supermarket braless. You know, did you really need to wear this to the produce line? You see what I'm saying? It's just some things that you do that just doesn't make any sense. Like, what did you expect to happen here? You're gonna stand in the frozen food section next? You trying to land a single man in the supermarket? And then if someone was to notice this is the type of person that would cause a scene. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me. Like everyone's staring at me. You know, I don't get it, to personally, be honest. I just don't get it. I really don't. So for me, I just look at it a little differently, probably than the average person. Um, I seem to think that there is a disconnect between sexy and slutty, and people just don't understand. Yeah, you could look beautiful, you can look cute, but looking beautiful, looking cute, and being appropriately presentable, well, those are like two different things altogether. And when you don't make those decisions correctly for yourself, you wind up putting yourself in a position that you don't want to be in. You put yourself in a position where it's hard for you to get respected. Now, I'm not saying because of way a woman dress, I should get respect anyway. I'm a woman. Everyone should get respect, but you're gonna draw in the unrespectable dressed in such a way. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I would do that. I'm just saying this is the norm in these cases. It's not saying that's what I would do. There's often been situations where women do things to be noticed, they do things to be seen for whatever the reason may be, because they believe to be sexy is to be revealing. Like Instagram and all of these networks, like YouTube had to loosen up their policies on dancing, because why? They didn't do it when it was just all black folks. They didn't do it when it was us. They did it when it was everyone else. You see, when black people were doing it, you see, that's the thing, when it was someone else doing it and they wanted to do the TikTok dances and all the songs, and they couldn't get monetized, and people was like, hey, what's going on here? Well, this is a provocative dance. Now, to me, this is acceptable. and she's still beautiful. So to me, it don't really matter. Like, uh, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but to me, being appropriately presentable, it sends a bigger message to me. It sends a much greater message to me. To each his own. Somebody can carry. The more somebody dressed with less, the more attention that guy's gonna pay. Me, I'm looking at a lot of different variables, and a lot of different variables are gonna show up. One of the main variables is, who are you? I want to know who you are. But if I see you're attention seeking or needy, or I kind of brush myself away, because this is gonna it's gonna engage conflict, unwanted conflict, and unnecessary conflict. And some women love to do that. You always see a girl flirt with a guy at the bar, and she there with a guy. It's like, why would you do that? Why would you go to this bar to flirt with somebody in another person's face? So she could see how this conflict that she accidentally didn't know was going to happen ends up happening, to see the guy react. And it's like so immature. It makes no sense whatsoever. That's just the nature of how things operate and move at a speed of light. It either happens for you really quick or it just doesn't. But either way, you have to be able to process information a lot faster, to realize that to get yourself a high quality man, you probably sometimes should dress more efficient. Like they say, dress for the job you want. What job do you want? Or are you just auditioning yourself? Because what someone's idea of cute is, or is someone's idea another person's intake of what slutty is. But it's in the eyes of the beholder. Some people felt comfortable doing that. Like they say, hey, I dress like this before you knew me. And you got to deal with it. You have to make a decision. And then they say, well, those strippers, they don't wear nothing. Yeah, but they dressed for their environment. No one's taking them out to a business dinner like that. Strippers are strippers are dressed for their environment. If I see a stripper on stage in some blue jeans and a sweater and she's spinning around, I'm like, something's wrong here. Something seems off. I don't know what this is, but it seems off. Something seems different today. Is it cold in here? So there's always the yeah, it's always this, look at me, look at me. Just please, can you just look at me? See, look at this. Perfect example, right? It never fails. Look, all on the IG. Now, if somebody wore something like that to the mall, would that be acceptable? Would this be acceptable at the gym? That's literally underwear somebody's wearing. Now, you got to not look at this when you go in somewhere, in the mall or anywhere. and they'll say this is acceptable. But what does it look like? Attention grabbing, right? So, again, we want to always make sure that we are aware that there's a such thing as cute and just too goddamn much. Like that is too much. You're doing too much. It's great. You want to celebrate your body, fine. But to wear that outside, who you going to attract with that? Overgrown boys who want one thing. You can dress it up how you want. It's exactly what you're going to attract. Now, that's all I have for today on One Crack News. Thanks you. Donate to the Cash App Carceno. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Shouts out to the Dreamers Pro Ticket TV. Welcome to HDII TV. Jag Sports with Jose Rodriguez. Now, I would like to say thank you to all the people who've joined the Patreon this month. You will not be disappointed. We got more coming. Peace. Oh yeah, and join Carcino for Life if you haven't already, or subscribe here. I'm shouting everybody else out and then tell y'all to subscribe. My bad.